Okocha. Okocha toujours. Et Okocha qui frappe. Oh, quel but! Oh, c'est extraordinaire!
Let's be honest, guys, if you grew up watching football in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, really, there was something magical about the name JJ Okocha. He wasn't just a footballer. He was the entertainer, the artist, the guy who made you believe that football was art, not just science. But here's the real question we're trying to answer today. How good was JJ actually? Was he just flair with no end product? Was he underrated? Or did he leave something on the table? Let's break it all down.
Into Okocha. Okocha! The birthday boy gets his second!
Hello guys, my name is Destiny and welcome to my channel. JJ Okocha was born Augustine Azuka Okocha in Enugu, Nigeria in 1973. He got the name JJ from his elder brother, but his talent made it his own. He started like many Nigerian kids, barefoot football in the streets. But his destiny was different. In 1990, during a holiday in Germany, he trained with Borussia Neunkirchen, a third division side. They saw the magic immediately. By the next year, he was playing professionally in Germany. But it wasn't until he moved to Eintracht Frankfurt in 1992 that the world really started watching. In fact, in 1993, he scored a goal against Karlsruher SC that's still talked about today. He dribbled past 3 defenders, sat the goalkeeper down twice, and calmly slotted the ball in. Pure disrespect. Pure Okocha. That moment summed him up. Unpredictable, fearless, entertaining.
I think I'm going to pick JJ Okocha. It's true that maybe the people say, oh, Okocha, yes, was as good as you say, yes, more. I think was an amazing player. I was so surprised because when I arrived and I met in Paris Saint-Germain to him, I said, it was unbelievable. I said, wow, what a player.
In 1998, Okocha made a record move to Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, for £14 million, the most expensive African player at the time. But here's what's even more iconic. During his time at PSG, a young Ronaldinho arrived. And according to the Brazilian legend himself, JJ is one of the players I admired the most. He taught me a lot at PSG. Imagine that. The man who would go on to win the Ballon d'Or, learning the ropes from the Niger magician. JJ didn't win league titles at PSG, but every week he gave us a highlight reel. Step-overs, nutmegs, rainbow flicks, no-look passes, and free kicks. He didn't just play football, he played with joy.
Intercepted Okocha. Ronaldinho tries to win it back. Okocha really laboring, doing well there. Job well done, man.
Let's not lie, Okocha was the heart of the Super Eagles during one of her most golden generations. He helped Nigeria win AFCON 1994. He was pivotal in the team that shocked the world to win Olympic gold at Atlanta '96, beating Brazil and Argentina. He captained Nigeria at AFCON 2004, winning both Golden Boot and Best Player of the tournament. He played in 3 World Cups, 1994, 1998, 2002, and yet he never won the African Footballer of the Year award. He was runner-up twice and third place 3 times, but never got the top prize. An injustice that still stings. When we talk about how good JJ was, you can't just focus on stats. You have to talk about how opponents feared him, how fans adored him, and how players respected him. He had everything: first-touch vision, street football confidence, insane technique, long-range goals, unpredictable movement, and ice-cold composure under pressure. Even Zidane once said Okocha was one of the most skillful players he ever faced. Pep Guardiola said watching JJ was a dream. But here's the honest truth. JJ never won the Champions League. He never played for Real Madrid or Barcelona. He never even won a major European league. And that hurts his legacy outside Africa. Was it bad timing? Poor transfers? Maybe he was too focused on joy over trophies. But as a Nigerian, watching him carry Bolton Wanderers in the Premier League with the captain's armband and swagger, that felt like a trophy.
When you go back to JJ Okocha, who was towards the start of the Premier League era, and he was just a beautiful conjurer, and he was one of those who you thought, he understands how lucky he is to be a professional footballer. He played with a smile, he was an entertainer, he was a juggler, a conjurer, a dancer. You know, the great commentary line on him, of course, wasn't it? JJ Okocha, so good they named him twice.
Now here's the part that most outsiders miss. Among his fellow professionals, JJ was considered elite. He played in an era with monsters like Zidane, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Figo, Beckham, Scholes, among others. But when you ask who had the most street respect, JJ's name always comes up. He was the kind of player you couldn't press. If you double-marked him, he embarrassed both of you. If you left him alone, he embarrassed the whole team. People say he was so good, they named him twice. And yeah, that might have started as a joke, but deep down, we all know it's true.
When you produce that, you should be at somewhere like Real Madrid, not Bolton Wanderers.
Well, I don't know. Anywhere I found myself, I try to give my best. I try to show that I worth my wages, and I'm glad that I'm doing it here.
So, how good was JJ Okocha really? If you measure him by Ballon d'Ors or Champions League medals, he'll fall short. But if you measure him by impact, skill, legacy, and how many of us fell in love with football watching him, then he's one of the greatest to ever play the game. Not just for Nigeria, not just for Africa, but for the world. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to leave a like, share it with a fellow football fan, and subscribe for more stories like this. Got a favorite JJ moment? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.